Yo guys, welcome in today's video where I'm going to talk about the altcoin market. I'm going to talk about the bear market, but I in specific going to give my personal opinion and perspective on the market conditions right now, and I'm going to share my feelings basically. And let's start off, guys, with that the markets are just very shitty over the past couple of months, and I actually really hoped and expected we would have already seen some strength in altcoins, which we are not seeing right now, and we just continue being smacked down, and altcoins continue to see lower levels and correcting. And guys, I don't know if you heard the president talking.
Win so much, you may even get tired of winning, and you'll say, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more. We're going to win.
But I'm not tired of winning at the moment. I'm definitely not tired. And I can understand many people are super frustrated in these market conditions. And you have all the right to be, because it's the really difficult market conditions right now. And like I said, I'm going to give my personal opinion. That is not a professional advice, right? That's not financial advice. That might not even be for you to do the same thing as I do. I have a couple of thoughts, and let me just start off with the bearish thoughts first. Okay, I'm just going to make it even worse. Going to make the sentiment even worse, no joking. But the first doubt that I have, of course, is what if we in the bear market, we have the inversion of the yield curve? What if the altcoin season is not going to happen at all? What if it just continues to go down? We are in a bear market. Risk on assets like altcoins will not get any liquidity. So that means that the portfolio slowly is going back to zero. That's a scary thought. That's definitely a scary thought. Because, of course, it is possible. And that's something we have to always consider when investing and when taking risk. When you take a risk, there's always a possibility that something goes wrong. Otherwise there is no risk, and otherwise there's no reward. So I believe also that we have to embrace that risk a little bit. We got to be smart with it too. But yeah, I think that is a possibility that we might have seen already the bull market, and that we're just rolling over right now, and that we are going to correct further. But I have a lot of different thoughts coming to me when I'm thinking about these scenarios as well. And one thing that I find very important actually is that when we look at the cryptocurrency markets and we look at the cycles from cryptocurrencies, then this is the only bull market yet where we have not seen an altcoin season yet. The Bitcoin dominance is just really high. And is this going to be a bull market that is completely different from all the bull markets we have seen in the past? Well, it's possible, but I personally don't think so. I just believe, because I think a lot of people and a lot of wealthy individuals or wealthy institutions are benefiting from it. I think a lot of people would benefit from an altcoin season. And I'm not talking about the retail investors. I'm talking also about, for example, exchanges, who are having a big influence on the markets as well. They are also taking a big advantage when there would be an altcoin season, when that hype would be built up again. Maybe just the timing of that hype is being delayed. So guys, are the market conditions really changing? Did we enter a long-term bear market, and can we just forget that crypto ever existed and Bitcoin is going to maybe hold some liquidity, but all these altcoins are going to go lower and we are not going to see an altcoin season? I personally don't think that that's the case, although I do think that we have to seriously consider this possibility. And if you don't want to risk, for example, a 20% chance that this is going to happen, then you should adjust your portfolio accordingly. That's what I personally feel. But I also feel, I know, going through a lot of market cycles in the past, I know that the emotional conditions, your own emotional state, is often very important too. And if you feel emotionally drained and market isn't going the way you want it to, you will be pushed to the edge of a cliff. That's basically how the markets work. They will push you till the edge of the cliff, want to make you capitulate, and the moment you are capitulating, you will see things will start to turn around. So if you have a very difficult time with these market conditions, it can be a very good idea to just take a break and just to not look at the markets at all and just log in back in a couple of months, see what the market is doing then, because we definitely need some time to recover even though the market is bullish. Now let's have a talk about some timing and other reasons where I'm thinking that the market is still can still be very bullish. Well, like I said, the first reason is I don't think the market rhythm doesn't really change. So I would find it very weird that this is the only bull market where we are not going to see an altcoin season. Then when we have a look at the societal structure, this is the most bullish bull markets of all of them. I mean, we have all the governments talking about Bitcoin and crypto. It is definitely, it's becoming a fact that this is getting integrated in society. And we also need it more than ever in this world that we live in, because as a global citizen, if you want to function outside of the banking system, you need to have alternative options like crypto. In terms of timing, the coming months can be actually very important because the coming months are generally altcoin season months, right? But it is possible that we are not going to see that altcoin season because maybe we are going to see a delayed effect. We might see it at the end of 2025. So that is again, what is your timing? Again, the end of 2025, I think there is a likelihood for an altcoin season that. But if we were to look at the banner cycle, where I have talked about, banner cycle is talking about that until 2026, we can see the markets to continue to go up. So maybe we are going to see the real rally in altcoin season, acceleration, and the real hype and mania euphoria in 2026. So it is all possible, and that would all align with right now more bearish conditions in the markets, which eventually will turn around and then going up later this year, maybe 2026, but maybe already in the coming months. So this is also my personal standpoint that I'm going to take. I'm going to continue to work, like continue to build on the websites that I'm doing, videos creating, doing all these things, and I'm just also going to have patience. I've been going through many bear markets where I've been had to wait for a very long time until my portfolio came back to the levels that it was before, but in the end it always came back. And when I look at the general bull market that we are seeing right now, it is definitely a very different bull market. But it's also, although we don't see that right now so much, especially the ones who are holding altcoins. And I get you, I understand you. It's painful, right? A lot of altcoins is going lower. For me, also way lower than I expected. But this bull market is actually also pretty bullish, because we have seen Bitcoin already going to $100,000, and after that we have seen some altcoins pop, but especially one altcoin popped really good, which was XRP. And what I find interesting from that XRP that popped really good, really beautiful rally on XRP, is that is the same thing that happened in 2017. In 2017, that bull market, you can kind of compare that not with any other bull market, because it was also kind of a super cycle. 2017 might be one of the most bullish bull markets that we have seen in the historical bull markets. I have the feeling there was the most hype coming along, and I think that right now like for example, seeing XRP breaking out as one of the first altcoins with a significant increase of liquidity. So not like a quick rally that is being retraced, but like a change, like a really big change in the market, showing a lot of strength, is very bullish, not only for XRP but also for the rest of the markets. And another thing that I really want to emphasize is that there are so many wealthy individuals and institutions that are going almost kind of all in on crypto, right? And it doesn't mean that they're buying all the small altcoins, which we are not seeing right now, but the focus on crypto had from institutions like, for example, Michael Saylor by the Grayscale and all these ETFs that are being launched. Like, there is so much attention going to crypto. It's almost hard to see this market going to zero. And zero, I don't mean that like literally zero. I mean that more in a way that we're going to see a multi-year long bear market where your portfolio basically just will evaporate if you would be in altcoins. So yeah, these are my personal thoughts right here. So I see on the chart, I see all the blood, I see all the altcoins going down, and I feel for every single one of you. And I also find it very shitty, but I have the counter arguments on top of that are like, yeah, I don't think we are done here. I don't think we are done, but maybe it is delayed, and maybe we have to have more patience. I'm definitely leaning more to that place. Because like I said, I've been through a lot of bull markets, I've been through a lot of bear markets, and what helped me through it was always patience, and I always came better out of it than the previous one. So when I would just have patience and continue to do my thing, I eventually always get rewarded in some form and always get better out of it than before the bull market before that. So I'm going to stick to that principle, although it's going to be difficult at some moments. Maybe right now is one of these moments. For me, of course, when I look at the charts, they look very ugly, and I cannot make any other thing about that. But what I'm also trying to say here is that the market can change pretty quickly. Markets can change very rapidly, and in hindsight, it's always easy talking. So what I'm trying to say is that, let's say maybe in a couple of months from now, the crypto markets are going up. You know, we are seeing like a lot of coins that are setting up right now really good. For example, Dash, Ethereum Classic, but many other tokens. In a couple of months from now, maybe they are trading at way higher levels, and then you would look back at this moment where you would think like, wow, that was actually a crazy buying opportunity. But that buying opportunity comes with a price, and that price is the uncertainty. And the uncertainty also brings risk, because we don't know right now for certain whether it will explode or not. So yeah, guys, my personal action is I remain positioned. I'm mainly positioned in altcoins. So yeah, I'm feeling the winning, guys. I'm feeling the winning too. But yeah, it's just what it is, and I just need to accept that, and I just need to make decisions based on what I think is going to happen. And I'm just going to stick to the principle that holding is going to be profitable in the longer term time frame. I'm still going to bet on that altcoin season that never happened this bull market yet. I think the market dynamics are not changing in such a way that this is the first bull market in the history that we are not going to see an altcoin season. I just think the moment that we are in right now is extreme capitulation. And maybe it takes longer, like I said, maybe it takes till the end of 2025, maybe even to 2026. But I do believe it is a form of capitulation, and I think a lot of big players are benefiting from an altcoin season too, so they want that to happen as well. So I believe this is going to happen sooner or later. It is in the characteristics of human beings, right? For example, to eventually start, when there's more trust in the markets, to start speculate more into altcoins, because that's where other gains are being made. compared to Bitcoin, right? If you want to double your money with Bitcoin, that's going to be very difficult. If you want to double some money with altcoins, that's way easier because they need less liquidity, right? But they do need the liquidity in order to go up. Yeah, I definitely think it is still on the table, but how this is going to manifest, I don't know. But I do know that in hindsight, guys, it always looks obvious. So maybe in months from now, we have an altcoin season, or maybe at the end of this year, and you are going to look back at this time like, wow, it was obvious. Wow, it was setting up obvious. It was an obvious capitulation. In hindsight, it's very easy talking. But right now, when we are in the midst of this storm, it is difficult. And I just want to acknowledge that. It is difficult, and everyone has it difficult, and it is just what it is, guys. Okay, guys, that was my personal reflection on the altcoin markets. Like I said, I'm just staying positioned, and I'll see what happens. And whenever anything changes, I will share that with you. And if you want to meet like-minded people in the crypto space, then make sure to join the Discord. I have a link down below in the description. You can meet other people there. You can talk about trading. A lot of prophecies are being shared there. A lot of trades are being shared there. If you are interested in trading on an exchange, I'm personally recommending 4 exchanges. I have links to these exchanges in the description down below. And if you join with this specific affiliate link, I receive a small part of the fees. So therefore you support the channel, and you will get a extra benefit or advantage by signing up to that affiliate link. So one exchange is offering, for example, some VIP status account for the first month, so you get like a discount on your fees. Another exchange, you can get a deposit bonus, for example. So guys, if you're interested in that, check out the description down below. I want to thank you all for watching today's video. I wish you all a beautiful day, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video. Bye bye.